Live in. Okay, I'm live. Let's see if I can maybe pull that light out of my shot a little bit. Hey, Acers. Here I am live, and as promised yesterday in the video, in the short, I got from Studio 2, the latest from Pinnacle Entertainment. So, and forgive the lighting. I'm hoping that it's better than just the single ring light. The ring light I've been using this whole time to do these things is just this big, so it's kind of small. The new one I have is 8 inches, and it's pretty cool. However, there's a bit of a still a bit of obvious lighting problems, and I'm going to try and keep adjusting my desk until I can get it right. So here we go, slicing into the tape. Always cut away from you, of course. Good knife safety. Okay, the box is bent there a little bit, so it's stopping the knife from moving forward, so I'll have to turn it and do it over here. There we go. And now, this means I need to resharpen my knife. Okay, there we go. Again, I compliment Studio 2 on having always packed my boxes in these boxes that are very square, so that the under flaps, you can see here the under flaps, they actually cover the whole product so that it's safe when I'm cutting it open. Okay. There's the packing, which they always put this great bubble wrap in here. Oh, this is exciting. And I'll probably put up little shorts from this throughout the week. Okay. Well, let's take a look here. Where do I start? Let's go with the edge cards. There's edge cards for, looks like Deadlands. It's got a little gunk on the wrapping, but I'll open that in a minute. I'll open these more in a second here. Here's the standard Savage Worlds edge cards. That's pretty cool. And here is the first player's book. It's got the image from the current cosmic crisis from Necessary Evil. So that's pretty cool. Here's the second player's book. And that's red in a Oriental adventure type game. And the third one is Red in the Rain from kind of a cyberpunk universe one. Had a viewer for a second there. So hi there, viewer, bye there, viewer. And then read another Oriental Adventures game, but these last two, they're of course from the Savage Worlds core rulebook. And the final one here, this looks like new art as well. It might be from the fantasy. Let's see. Yeah, it might be from the fantasy companion. I'm not sure, but that's all 5 A, B, C, D, and E of the variant covers for the Savage Worlds players books. So that just takes out the game master sections, and you can hand those out to your players when you're doing things. Oh, this is great. Oversized card sleeves. That's really cool. I tell you, my oversized cards have taken a bit of a beating. Okay. There's a player box. I'm not even sure what's in these things yet. And this looks like, yep, it is the Fantasy Edge cards. Oh, wow. And this one just looks like a good card box for fantasy archetypes. And yeah, this is another archetype box card, or a box of archetypes. So that's awesome. I'm going to run out of place to put it over here on this side, so I'm going to have to extend over to my next desk. There it is, a tear-off pad of Savage Worlds character sheets. Quick and easy. I mean, that's as tight of a print as you can possibly get. And I mean, Hasn't changed in the 20. Or this one hasn't changed since 2018. Oh, this one's cool. This one's a special 20th anniversary edition of the Savage Worlds core rulebook, and it does have bookmarks in it and nice, pretty, shiny edges, and it's got a kind of a foil cover as well. And oh, this is pretty. This is really pretty. I'm really excited to have this, but it's still good seam insides. But of course, the bookmarks are in place. And because I've been seeing people get, and I do actually own a 5th printing copy of Savage Worlds core rulebook already, because I bought that with store credit for the store, and that's where it stays, is at the store. And then there's this. I think this might be the last piece here. I think it is. I'll have to pull everything out and make sure, because I once accidentally reported I didn't get some stuff when I did. But the Savage Worlds accessories box. Now this is much cheaper than the original Essentials kit, which had a whole bunch of stuff in it, and that was $150, and because I had to buy it after the fact. So let's look through here, make sure that I didn't miss anything. Okay, packing. Okay, looks like I got everything. So let's move this off the desk. Oh, by the way, I know it's an unboxing for Savage Worlds, but I do have to plug this real quick. I just got this at the game store because it's one I played for a while, but it's really spiffy. Star Realms. I just got this on Tuesday, so that'll be a fun one to play just as a quick thing. That's part of the reason why I got that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's go through this that I have here. Let's start with this. Yeah, this is for the fantasy archetypes. So I need to go upstairs and get my fantasy archetypes and put them in here, because that box it's crammed. It's crammed with all of them, and there's just too many archetypes in there. So this is going to be really handy. And I love the black ribbon for the cool thing about the way Pinnacle designed these boxes. And it's a simple design. It's a simple idea, but it's so brilliant, and it means that they're taking into account their customers and their people that purchase from them. And that is that you can, these will fit in there. I'll just show you with this. So normally in a box this tight, you have to pop things out kind of like that. But with the way they do this ribbon, I realized my camera's not pointed down enough. I apologize. Okay, so the way they do this ribbon here, though, is they actually make it so if you hold it up here, if you hold it outside the box, and when you go to put your cards in it, it sits it right there. And it sits right there like that. And then you can close your box and everything like that. This is too thick of edge cards to be able to get all those. But then you pull on the ribbon, and it pops out. I've seen battery cases that do this my whole life. But that's just a very kind thing for them to think of instead of having to up in the box every time, you can pull on the ribbon to tip them up. So this is a great archetype box, and I'm going to be putting that upstairs with my other 2 archetype boxes, because I have one of these for Deadlands, and I have one of these for Necessary Evil. And Pinnacle, keep these up. These are great. And of course, Savage Worlds logo there on the side. I'm going to probably still put #D&D in the description for this one, just because I want to get people who play D&D to take a look. But anyway, so here are the edge cards. Let's go ahead and get my knife and carefully slit these open. So I hope that Pinnacle actually makes more of these boxes for the edge cards and for other things, and make them just available. You don't even need to. You can put cool Savage Worlds art on the cover or whatever, but I'm gonna probably actually go on Pinnacle when I get my new job, and I'm going to probably buy about 4 more of these so I can fit all my edge cards in them. Okay, so I got the plastic wrap slit open here, and it's actually unwrapping very nicely. And I think the best ones they've done have been the ones that have the little pull strip thingy on them. So let's take a look at these edge cards. Now, obviously, these are handy when you're going to run characters at a convention or something, because these edges, let's just go for this one, transfer. It's a novice arcane skill with any background. The mage, priest, or other practitioner of the arcane arts can give his magical energy to others as a limited free action. The character may transfer up to 5 power points to anyone else in sight. So that's kind of the modern or kind of a alternate version to the idea of not transferring, but just or not, but stealing power points, being able to take power points away. Fey Blood, Chosen. Yeah, these are great cards here. There's Arcane Resistant. I like the way they did this one. You got the basic one up here and then the improved version down here and how they affect the game. So these are really cool. I like the fact that they're printed on the oversized stock card stock here. I like the fact that they went with the thicker stuff. Good job, Pinnacle. That was very, very, very much needed, because when you did your Deadlands cards, they were on a thinner card stock. I know you were trying to save us some money, but yeah, I do not like that Deadlands deck, that oversized Deadlands action deck. So that's really cool. Edge cards. Player's box. I mean, obviously it's a box kind of like that archetype box. Okay, so you can keep your character and everything else you need to play, like archetype cards, dice, and bennies, sold separately, in this box. The box contains the following useful aids: set of status cards, card stand, character journal, advances card, and combat options card. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and slit this open. And this will retail for about $15. So, I mean, for my $150 investment, I got well over $150 worth of stuff. Oh, and hey, welcome in to my 2 followers who are on with me. That's great to have you. Thank you for joining. And I'll try and respect everybody's time. But yes, once again, this has got a magnetic closure on it, and that's brilliant. And it's got Red in the Rain on it. And so you open this up, and it's got that great pull ribbon again, showing you how these things just kind of tip out like that. Oh, and it's got a filler piece of cardboard in here. That's great, so that if you go beyond this, I think you should be able to pry that out of there. Yeah, it's just popping right out. I just got to be careful not to, because I don't want to score the box or myself. There we go. Okay, so yeah, just a filler piece of cardboard in there, but otherwise, great little background. It's even got the little hex pattern like Necessary Evil. So I'm going to probably actually leave that filler in there for now and to just pry it out again eventually when it's time to add more stuff to it. But yeah, a little character journal. You can see the lines here. There's the cover, and you can put your character name up there and everything. That's pretty cool. The card stand, it's die cut, double-sided. That's pretty cool. And I'm guessing this is for writing character names on it. And that feels like, yeah, it's die cut on the inside there too. Oh, that's where you stick it. Okay, so there's those. It's got a little card. It feels laminated, so you could probably write on this with a removable marker of some sort and keep track of that character's advances. This is pretty cool. the combat options and situational rules. This is kind of a mini version of what's inside the Game Master screen. And then, and it even just explains what conviction bennies are and how they work. And I'm getting glare on this. Funny thing is, the light's over here, so I don't know why I'm getting glare on that in front of the camera. But so there's that. And then there are the status cards. Now, these are bigger versions of what's already in the Savage Worlds Essentials kit that I mentioned earlier. I wonder if there's a way to be more careful about opening these things, because I don't like opening them with the tip of my knife, even because there's got to be a better way to crack the seals on these. That's why I like when they have a little bit of a corner hanging off, because then I can slit at the corner and pull it off. But okay, let's see here. Almost got it. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and while I'm doing this, I'll throw away the garbage because I got a garbage down over here. Always want to keep your office at least decently clean. So let's try and carefully slit this saran wrap, or this shrink wrap. Okay, was able to slit it. That's good. So these are your status cards, and this would be a box ideally that every player would have, and I'm going to encourage my players that eventually they want to pick up a copy of this or a set of this. But there's defend, aim, hold, stunned, bound, entangled, vulnerable, distracted. You can only be one of those, so that's why there's only one of those. But you can be fatigued twice. Excuse me. You can be fatigued twice before going incapacitated. And you can be shaken only once, and then you can be wounded 3 times before going incapacitated. So that's the status cards. And these are oversized status cards, so that's pretty darn cool. So yeah, for defend, you can sacrifice an entire turn, but you increase your parry by +4. So that's pretty cool, especially if you're a non-fighter. If you're a non-fighter, that'll save your life. Okay, yeah, the oversized card sleeves. I'm betting there's enough here to do a whole deck. I think it looks like it. There is, because it's pretty thin. But anyway, that's only that thick, but I think that'll do an entire oversized action deck, which is a good thing because I want to make sure that I can use. Let's see. It doesn't tell me how many come in the package. That'd be nice. But anyway, I'm hoping there's 54 in there, because if there's 54, that's enough for a regular action deck. If not, then they might be useful for pairing with an edge card or something like that, so that when you put them in there, they're protected, and if they're the one you're using for your character in your campaign. So I'm not going to open those right now, though, but they are designed for the Savage Worlds oversized cards, which are 5-inch by 3.5-inch. So that's your sizes there. Okay, let's talk about these players' books. As you can see, like I said, there's 5 different variant covers. Again, the fantasy, the kind of magical Asian, because there's a big demon good guy back here. The Red in the Rain, which this is one of their favorite pieces of art, and I agree, this is one of the coolest ones. Very cyberpunk, very nice, just cool. But yeah, there she is in a kind of a more, I guess it's still Asian adventure like the other one, but it's more of the downtime kind of period, and the superhero one. Now, I wish that instead of going for 2 Asian ones, in this one she's just slain a would-be assassin or something like that down here. But I wish they would have gone, instead of for 2 Asian theme ones, I wish they would have gone for I don't know, kind of a space one. A full-on space one would have been cool. I don't know. Let's see. Because they got cyberpunk. They've got the Asian theme version 1. You got the superpowers. But they got Asian theme version 2, and that one's the one I would say maybe a horror one or something like that would have been a better choice. But hey, I'm not complaining. These are beautiful, they're gorgeous, and they're going to be so handy because I'm just going to be able to hand this to a player who's new, and they can flip through it here, and you can get basically the same information, but now they've kind of updated it inside here. Maybe if I just pull it past the light, you can see that it's got the updated stuff of what Deadlands stuff is available for Savage Worlds and more. It's got the character creation section, which is great. And it still actually matches up on the numbering on the whole. Actually, there's some stuff that's been taken out. Never mind. Because it did take out the, I think it, no, I don't think it took out the, no, it didn't take out the ancestry stuff here. Maybe it took out the ancestry tables. Yep, it took out the ancestry tables. So if you're playing with standard ancestry, then these are still good. But yeah, it did take out the ancestry tables, so you hit this almost 10 pages earlier. Instead of, oh, actually, it's on page 49. That's pretty cool, though. It's still got the hindrance summaries, though, and the edges, and the edge summaries and stuff. And it's got the gear section, which, of course, explains the gear and the way it works, rate of fire, and just kind of things like that. And after gear comes your rules section, which is really excellent for explaining the Savage Worlds rules. And actually, if whoever is on with me, if you want to say hi in the comments, that'd be great. And I'll say hi right back to you. Adventure Toolkit. This is an important and good thing, and it's helpful for players as well. Kind of readjusted some of the stuff, though. Dramatic tasks is still in here. And fear and hazards. Yeah, everything that a lot of the stuff that I've already gone through in a lot of the longer format videos. Then it's got the power section, which again, I'm sorry, D&D, you're fun to play, but and I do not hate D&D, but with powers being that thick, I like the fact that most of this book is useful to a player. Now, these player guide, player game books, the player's books, these are only $20. So that's not a bad price, $19.99. And of course, the core Savage Worlds rulebook is still $39.95, $39.99. So it's still $40. So for twice the copy of a player's book, you can get yourself the core rulebook. So we'll get more into that in a second. I need a drink. And as you're on, feel free to add into the chat any questions you may have. I got a little bit of a delay on it on purpose to just make sure that I have time to acknowledge that it's been there. Actually, I shouldn't have closed up the knife because now we got the edge cards for Deadlands. And Deadlands, it's kind of got its own set of its own bag of cattle. Bag of cats, whatever you want to call it. But it's got its own thing, and I really do enjoy Deadlands. As my shelves back there to my right attest, because I mean there's Deadlands and there's Deadlands, and yeah, it's good stuff, good times. Okay, I want to make sure that these just. Okay. Okay, got this whole side slit open this time. It might make things easier. Because I do want to be careful transporting all these edge cards around. Don't want to necessarily store them with my, unless I can, actually, you know where I could put these would be in my essentials kit stuff. I almost bent a card there. Shame on me. Anyway, I actually think I did a little bit. Oops. and that is Arcane Background Blessed. Fortunately, these aren't going to mix and these aren't going to be shuffled. I'm going to do my best to keep them in order. Although I might reverse the order just to allow for them to be alphabetical forward facing. So there's the back of them. They have red as a harrowed gunslinger. But yeah, I think I'll reverse the order just like the normal like power cards in the regular box set go, because I use them in that order all the time. And then of course the last one here is a witch edge, being a Wichita witch, and that's pretty cool. So that's the Deadlands set. And then finally, of the edge cards, there's the Suede, or the Savage Worlds Adventure Edition edge cards. And this one here, Weapons Master and Master of Arms, these are legendary. So that's how they got them organized. These are legendary edges. Okay, let's get this over the things before I start pulling it off. Yeah, there we go. And this will be really easy and helpful for me to be able to explain to, like, let's take Nerves of Steel here. To be able to explain it to a new player, yeah. So this is Nerves of Steel, and Nerves of Steel reads, the requirement is novice and a vigor of D8 or better. And that your hero has learned to fight on through the most intense pain. He may ignore 1 point of wound penalties. And for improved Nerves of Steel, the hero ignores 2 points of wound penalties. And of course, that is because when you take a wound, like I showed you in the player box, when you take a wound, you actually are you get, when you take a wound, you take a -1 to all of your actions from that point onward if you're unable to soak it. And thank you for the thumbs up there. That's awesome. I love it. And welcome to my third viewer. So thanks, brother. And that's, of course, my good buddy Doomy. And hey, Doomy, did you get your set yet? And of course, here's the accessories box. And this has another set of dice for me. Oh, they looks like I'm going to have to open this because it looks pretty cool. I still have my what's called my original essential set, which has a really nice set of templates for just they're plastic explosion and cone templates for play. But this one looks like it just comes with the die cut ones, but that's still fine. So let's take a look here. Okay, come on, open up. There we go. This accessories box, I do like the fact that it's a little bit smaller than the essentials box, but it's also got other stuff moved around. I would have liked a way to store the edge cards. That would have been nice. I wonder if that would have been a stretch goal or something, but it's something that they need a box kind of like this for storing these pieces. But still, got status tokens and Looks like some character stands. So actually, let's go ahead and cut this open too. I wasn't gonna go that far, but I will now. And yes, this is the Knife of Doom. I gotta keep. There's a little spring bit in the back of this. I gotta keep pushing that back in. And there we go. Slit this guy open. I never actually punched out the ones on my old box set either. But I'm just glad I was able in 2019 to afford to get the 2018 box set or Essentials kit. I will not regret that one ever. Although the box lid on it is really, really beat up. And like it's split down one of the corners, one of the sides. So yeah, there's these status tokens. And a few more go onto this page. But this one also has a stream template, small blast templates, and a medium blast template, and a piece of a character stand. So that's pretty cool. They're doing the character card stand is pretty cool. Here is the remaining blast templates for cone template, medium blast template, and large blast template. And then these other character stands that you can lend out to your players, or you can have them for whatever archetypes you're using. Okay, so yeah, they did do what I thought they might have done here, and I will probably not play these dice. They're gorgeous. They're going to go in my dice tray, which is right here actually. Or actually, I'll just keep them in here to keep them with the essentials or with the accessories kit. I'll just keep them in here. But I did get more of these though. They didn't put they used a plastic center in the middle of these this time instead of a metal spinner center. But I still like it. Yeah. So let me actually do this one here. Okay. For one thing, I do like the embossed look of the wild dice. Oh man, yeah. No, I had the slow mode on. I would actually probably turn that slow mode off on the next time I do that. But yeah, now I hope you get yours soon, then, Doomy. But yeah, so here's one of the new. Here's the new die for like one of the wild dice, and this is the one that comes with the essentials kit over here. Let's find the same one. Okay, yeah, there we go. So there's the two dice side by side. The black one being the new accessories kit, and the white one being the original essentials kit. And the white one is also kind of a pearly iridescent. It looks like when they switched to these new printed ones, they did go for a little bit of that pearly iridescence in the die here in the standard dice. So I think it's pretty. I still, for other reasons that I've gone into, I still will be playing mostly with my game science dice. But yeah, these PowerPoint counters seem a little tighter built though than the last ones. Yeah, they are. But maybe that's just because I've had mine for several years. But yeah, like I said, they've got a clear plastic centerpiece here, and that's different than the original one, but they're still nice. I like them. I like having these counters. Of course, the ones in Deadlands are good for counting ammo because they look like a revolver chamber. Oh, great. This is wonderful. Oh, that's cool. Got the new Thunk of Bennies, and this one came with Conviction Bennies. That's something that wasn't in the original. That wasn't in the original the original Essentials kit. So that's one place where this one definitely takes a higher level than the previous version. Okay, let's go ahead and they're going to just scatter all over. The inside of the box looks like this. And yeah, let's see here. I got a pack of status cards, which I do have these from the original set, but the original box is much thicker. And see, this is what I wish they would have put around all the edge cards as well. This little gold band. This is really helpful for opening. Really, really helpful for opening cards if you can find the end of it. Oh, there it is. There it is. So let's go ahead and. I love when U.S. Playing Card Company puts those on all of their saran wraps or their plastic wraps on their card boxes. Saran's a brand. But yeah, let's. Oh, that must mean the barking in the background. If you can hear it, that is my doggie. She is very excited about it being dinner time. We got a puppy recently, and she's eating everything, and she dug up my raspberry plant. I'm gonna have to replant my raspberries next year. But anyway, so yeah, the status cards this time, like I said, are a little thinner on the box. Oh, and these ones actually do have the wrapped piece there, and I use these all the time. Actually, I throw them to players all the time to let them have them face up on the table to know if their character's wounded or things like that. So yeah, that's this box set here. And status cards are very handy. I also still will miss having the power cards, and then there's the adventure card deck in there as well. But yeah, and then the final piece here is of course the oversized action deck, and this one is these are still one of my favorite things that they've ever made for Savage Worlds, and I'm probably going to just hold on opening these for now because I've got two that are already open and in my other box. So that's these little, and it looks like one of these, or one of the boxes from the older power card set or status card set could easily fit in this space here. Other things, I guess, pencils and other kinds of things could go in here, and this could be, excuse me, everything that I need to go with. So, let's see. Will that? Oh, no. That might be more useful to put the bennies over in the side where the cards are, because this stack of bennies is about the length of a card box. Interesting. Or as Bugs Bunny says, monsters are the most interesting people. Let's see here. So let's go ahead and put these back in. And scare that bug out of my box. So that's the accessories box. And yeah, it's just a pared down version of the original Essentials box set. But I'll tell you this much, worth the buy. Worth the buy. And it's only at $25. You get a lot of good stuff in here. And it's a good way to get things started as a game master. Okay, so let's take a look at the final piece, the piece de resistance. The crowning glory of the whole box set, the nifty new, foiled cover of Savage Worlds. And this one, it even says 20th anniversary down at the bottom. And it's in a nice, very pretty silver print. But when you open it up, it's the same insides, except the edges are obviously silvered and gilded. Well, not gilded, but I need to look up the word for something that's silvered. But and of course when you bend it, it kind of just goes away. But when it's not bent, you can still see the sections in here. It's just a lot harder. 3 really pretty ribbons: a gold, a silver, and a bronze. And of course, I'm going to put my gold ribbon. Okay, so let's go ahead and, this is a good place to have one of the ribbons, actually. I think I'll put my silver ribbon here by the injury table. I know that there was a change in the layout as well, and some of the things, like the change to Ancestries. Ancestries was a Ancestries was races originally, but being as people, I guess, find that a little charged, it's now just ancestries. So, and then I'm going to put a ribbon here at powers, and then I'm actually going to put a ribbon, the gold ribbon, back up here, page 54 approximately, or yeah, I think no 50, 55, page 55, which is my most important set of pages, which is the character creation summary. So that way I can help people create their characters. So there's my 3 ribbons. I think this one's probably going to live on my shelf back there with my special edition faux leatherette. This is from the original printing back in 1998. I spent the $100 on it, and I'm so glad I did because I still love this one. It's the same rule book, but now it's just it's got a faux leatherette, and I made sure I got all 4 corners back on. And it's signed by 3 of my very favorite people in the world, Mr. Shane Hensley, and Mr. Clint Black, and Mrs. Jody Black. And I want to just tell you guys, Clint, Jody, and Shane, and Simon, and all my other friends there at Pinnacle, thank you so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for making a game that I find so much fun in, and that I'm able to help bring so much fun to so many other people. That I'm able to run this, and I'm able to make their first experience with a role-playing game something that they can pick up and they can actually run with, and they can do some amazing things with, and have amazing characters from the outset, where everybody gets a chance to share in the onus of the actual play. This one here being is it's the 2018 publication. It's still you're under the original races heading, and oh no, I didn't see that. I didn't get a chance to see that, Dewey. I haven't actually been able to get on to Savage Universe in a while, and usually they have them on Thursday nights, which is unfortunately every other week, a night that I can't come anyway because I'm running a game of Savage Worlds. Been running East Texas University at or for some local friends, but or online. I get online and I run East Texas University every other Thursday night. This upcoming one's another one. And hey, guys, here's hoping. Cross our fingers, but keep me in your prayers and everything. I am up for my final interview with Western Governors University, and I'm going to be interviewing with the CIO. Let's see if I can actually land me a job and be able to continue my habit of buying these things. Oh yeah, I was going to show you. I have seen one place where the layout was a little bit different, and that is in the power section. Okay, on page 166. This picture here, this is in the original layout of the book, and there were some errors in here and stuff. So there's errata put out for this one, but that errata has always been incorporated into the 20th anniversary edition, and in the same section in powers here for where that is at. Oh, okay. How odd. In the maybe it's just in the PDF version that I have, that picture was made smaller, just over 1 column. Or maybe it's just, or maybe no, it's not. It's in the 4th printing. I think that's where it's at. But thank you though, Demi, for talking about the Ace Role Playing Game Club and everything on Savage Universe. And that's one of the things that I'm going to try and finish up doing, and is keeping a promise to you guys and making this into a nonprofit. So that way, everything that we do can be getting it out there for you guys, and making this into a worldwide club. And we'll have our Discord going from now forward. I'm trying to find a way to get it hosted so we can have aceroleplayinggamesclub.org, and we can just have all of our fun, and you guys can begin to communicate with and have friends across the world. And the great thing is about having them across the country and across the world is you guys can set up your own games and stuff online. So that's really what I have here, and that's what I got in my boxing. And I really appreciate you guys who have joined and shared with me. I'd like to maybe try and start holding a live session at least once a month for now, and maybe even more often than that. And this next time I won't put the delay on. I realize that it kind of bunches the message up and then sends it. That's it for this unboxing. Oh, and another side note, something else I did pick up at FanX this year. A local company called Level 1 Gamers. They're in Southtown Mall in Sandy. So they're right off the freeway, probably about 10-15 minutes from me, maybe a little further, because they're a little bit further than the normal game store, my friendly local game store of Mythos Games. Plug and shout out to them. But Level 1 Gamers makes a deck of useful things. And this is, of course, 5th edition compatible, but these might give Savage Worlds players an idea of some other stuff that they can throw into their games, especially fantasy. This is especially geared towards fantasy. Let's see here. So there's as an example, there's a bag of folding, and it's a rare magical item. Beautiful jade-colored silk bag tied together by simple hempen rope. Any paper placed inside the bag of folding becomes a magical origami paper crane that flies out when reopened. And when opened, anything written on the paper is preserved. As a bonus action, the user can either give a direction for the crane to fly or give the name of a creature for the crane to seek out. The crane will continue to fly in the direction given or until it reaches the target. That's pretty cool. You could do messaging with that and stuff. Kind of makes me think of, early dad joke for you. My teacher was most impressed when I turned my origami project into her. So there you go. Or trap detecting chicken, friendly fireball, ring of secrets, fish hook of plenty, emperor's new belt, carnal can opener. This is pretty good. A finity glove. So yeah, these are or skillet of healing. It's pretty funny too. So anyway, these are just some of the items that are in this deck box, and I have to give a shout out to Lisa and her people there at Level 1 Gamers. They're good people, and actually they've invited me to come in and do a Savage Worlds game for them sometime. Or a Savage Worlds presentation at least. And I'm going to set that up with them in the next. I'm going to try and get over to their store and check it out here in the next little bit. But down here in the south end of the Salt Lake Valley, I can name. Okay, so Mythos Games is my go-to, but then there's also Galaxy of Games, and there are at least down here at this south end 2 game havens. One just down the street from me here in West Jordan, and one over in Sandy. There's Level 1 Gamers. There's also my buddy keeps referring me to another store that he knows pretty well. We're actually going to go visit some of these on Monday. So just throw that out there. And again, thank you so much to you guys. You guys are the ones who make this possible. You guys are the ones who actually show up and watch my schlock videos. And I promise I'm going to keep trying to figure out ways of making my video quality better. And I think one of those things will be getting me a decent camera, not just the webcam that my my computer came with, because this is great for just quick videos and stuff, but having a better camera will definitely make things better on the viewing and everything like that. So it's been 50 minutes that I've been running, and I really do appreciate you guys. I appreciate you always being here with me every time I do a video, or every time I put on I put up a short. I hope they've been entertaining. I hope they've been fun. I hope you've been enjoying my series that I'm kind of pulling whole cloth from the Deadlines Noir book. If you don't have a copy of your own, get a copy of that. I'm really hoping that Pinnacle can do an update to Deadlines Noir and Deadlines Hell on Earth. Those would be two that I would love to see them update. So maybe instead of on the next one, instead of doing a region of the Deadlands Weird West, they can do Deadlines Noir or Deadlines Hell on Earth. However, continuing to do the Deadlands different regions and stuff, that is going to be helpful as well. And I'm sure that California is going to get its whole own book almost, or maybe it'll be lumped in with the Southwest stuff. And then they'll probably do one for the Sioux Nation and Coyote Confederation. That's probably going to be another one that's out there as well. But regardless, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for spending this last hour with me. I love you. If nobody's told you that today, there is somebody out there that does love you. And you are wonderful exactly as you are. Don't need to change yourself to be anything else. Just be happy to be who you are, and I hope to see you at my table. Till then, this is Mason Emerson from Ace Role Playing Games saying thank you to everyone, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I will catch you on the next video, which I'll put out tomorrow, or on the next short, which I'll put out as well. But there'll be a dad joke tomorrow. Talk to you then. Bye.